how to trust a man to lead, to give you everything that you desire. Now, if you've had situations in the past where you've been hurt by a man, you felt like you trusted a man and he broke your trust in some way, either intentionally or unintentionally, and you're having a hard time opening up your heart because of that and actually relaxing into your feminine to allow a man to lead, to be your hero, protector, provider, and to make you happy, because you're so afraid that if you trust again, you may get hurt and he may not be competent and he may not really be protecting your heart well. Well, in this training, we're going to show you how to do that so you can actually be in your feminine, relax into your feminine, have a man, attract a man's devotion, care for your heart, and wanting to be your hero and the best man possible he can be for you, and make you as happy as possible that he can do in the relationship. So we're going to dive into that. I'm Brody Boyd. If you don't know me already, for over 20 years combined, me and my wife Antia have been helping thousands of successful women all over the world to attract a loving, long-term, and committed relationship with a man they desire. So let's go ahead and dive in. So the first thing you have to do and realize in this situation is the only way that you're going to be able to attract a man who is actually trustworthy, who's going to take care of your heart, who's going to value your heart, who's going to be everything that you want him to be and do everything that you want him to do for you, take care of you, give to you in the relationship. You have to be willing to first open your heart fully. And I know it's going to be scary. I know it's easier said than done. I'm going to give you some tips and pointers. Well, make that process a lot easier. But the only way you're going to be able to attract that is you have to be willing to open up. And part of this is also going to be discernment on who the right man is that you're opening up your heart fully to, in which you will be attracting more of the right types of men, the masculine men that you can actually feel are competent to take care of your heart when you do this. So the first step is you have to be willing to open up your heart again. You have to let down those guards and open up, just like you're opening up a window of your heart to a man, to be vulnerable and to allow him to actually feel connected to your heart and to want to take care of your heart. Because if that can't happen in the beginning, you're never going to be able to attract a man who's actually going to want to take care of it. You're going to repel the good men and the bad men away, or you will actually probably still attract some bad men when you keep your heart closed. There'll be either men that are in their feminine who just want you to be mommy and take care of them, or you're going to attract men who feel also their hearts are closed, they are disconnected, and they don't really value your heart at all, and they're just going to be players, they're going to be non-committal, and they're just going to be like wanting friends with benefits situation, or probably just more of the benefits. So you have to be willing to open your heart if you're going to attract a masculine man who's going to take care of it and want to be your protector, provider, hero. That's the first step, and it takes courage, and it's going to be scary. But with the tools you're getting now, it's going to be much more likely you're going to attract the right man and a man who actually cares for you, because the past does not equal the future. Just because you have been hurt in the past, you've had men that have done bad things, or you attracted bad men in the past, does not mean that has to be your future reality. And with the tools you're learning now, you can have a completely new reality. Once you've learned really magnetic feminine polarity in the way we teach it, you can have a completely new reality with men, because you're going to be operating from a new level. You're going to be operating from feminine openness and vulnerability, but you're going to be doing it in the right way, where you're still not trying to use your femininity or your vulnerability or your emotions to try to control a man, but to allow a man to feel connected to your heart, and that he actually is inspired in himself to do everything in his power to take care of your heart and make you happy. So you're going to have a completely new reality when you learn these tools and you do it in this new way rather than what you did in the past. So that's going to hopefully help you to feel more confident, feel more comfortable opening up your heart to a man and to men in general to attract a quality man. So then the other thing is, the important analogy to learn here is that when you open your heart to a man, you're going to have some discernment that you're choosing a somewhat competent man to really open your heart to, and a man has any level of care for your heart, he's going to want to start taking care of it. When you share your emotions and you are showing appreciation and you're asking permission to share your emotions, so you're not whacking him on the head with your emotions like what we teach with our magnetic feminine communication, you're going to attract a man who's going to want to care for your heart, and he's going to start doing things to want to care for you and to do things to make you happy. And the analogy you're going to use with this is it's going to be like an airplane. So an airplane, when you're flying, let's say a private jet. Let's imagine you're on a private jet, a luxurious jet. You have your cocktail, martini, whatever your favorite drink is. You have your meal. And the pilot is the man. The man in your relationship is the pilot. He's flying your jet. He's flying your private jet, and you're going to Hawaii on a vacation. So the man he's taking care of things. He knows where the destination is. He has an outcome, which is masculine, and he's focused on creating that. And he's driving, he's leading, just like in a dance. He's leading you to a pleasurable outcome for your pleasure and for his pleasure. So he's taking you to Hawaii, and he's getting to be the lead there. And you get to just relax, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, sip on your martini, and be on your amazing vacation. Now, in the process of flying a plane, at any time, a plane is actually never on course. Planes are constantly making adjustments. They will fly sort of off their course, off their trajectory, but then the autopilot will kick in, and or the pilot will adjust it to get it back on track. And if there's any clouds, they'll usually navigate around storms. They'll do different things. And so essentially, a plane is constantly making mistakes. They're constantly off. And this is going to happen in your relationship with your man. He's not always going to do the right thing, either intentionally or unintentionally. He's going to be off. He's going to make mistakes. He may accidentally fly too close to the clouds and you get some turbulence, and it's not going to feel good. And what you're going to do in those moments, rather than saying, okay, that's it, I'm going to take control of this plane. I'm going to tell you what to fly. You got to fly this way. We can't do it this way. Stop doing it. Stop flying like this. Why are you flying like this? I don't feel safe. Do something. Change this. Instead of doing that, which would be you being in your masculine, trying to take the lead, trying to control him, trying to fly the plane yourself when you may not have any real desire or ability to fly the jet yourself. And it's going to create a lot of tension, and it's going to create actually a worse situation for you where he potentially could crash the plane, or he's at the very least going to be annoyed and upset and feel disrespected and feel hurt that you're trying to tell him what to do, even if he made the mistake. And he's going to actually resist it. He's probably not going to want to do it anymore. He's going to say, forget it. Let's not fly to Hawaii. We're just going to go ahead and land in Denver. Or he's just going to land somewhere random because he's like, whatever, I don't want to do this trip anymore. So rather than that, you still want to speak up. So in a relationship, men are going to make mistakes. And instead of trying to take control and take the lead yourself and tell them what to do, you're going to instead share your feelings in a vulnerable way so that he feels the impact of his actions. So for example, using feminine communication, you'd say something like, may I share something with you? Or may I share a feeling with you? And he'll say, sure. Say, I feel anxious. And he'll say, why do you feel anxious? Because the way so now he's feeling your heart. He's actually like, oh, you're feeling anxious? Shoot, I don't want you to feel anxious. The way you're flying is making me feel a little unsafe. Being in the back, I feel like there's a little bit too much turbulence. It makes me feel anxious and unsafe. I don't know if everything's going to be okay, and I don't know what to do. And so that's feminine communication, because now he's hearing what you're feeling. He's getting to feel connected to your heart. You're building masculine, feminine polarity. You've shown him respect. You're not trying to control him because you're detached from the outcome. You're just simply sharing your experience, the impact of what his flying is having on you. And now he gets to now say, oh, shoot, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to fly so close to that clouds. Like, I'm going to fly over here. We're going to get into a much, less turbulent area. And so you can relax. Like, I got it. And so he's going to make adjustments. This would happen in the relationship. A man will make adjustments voluntarily. He'll actually be happy to make the adjustments. He'll be excited to make the adjustments because he will not want you to be feeling anxious. He will not want you to be feeling unhappy. A masculine man in a relationship, he gets his sense of meaning and value and purpose by feeling needed and feeling like he's able to win with you and make you happy in the relationship, that you trust him in that way. You trust his leadership. You respect his leadership. You admire his leadership. And you appreciate his leadership. Now he feels inspired to become a better man, to do better, and to take care of your heart. And so, yes, there are going to be moments still in a relationship, even if you have the most masculine man, he is feeling fully valuing you and your heart. He's still going to make mistakes, and he's still going to sometimes screw up, and he may hurt you unintentionally or intentionally. And you need to share vulnerably how that feels to you and what the impact is. Then he's going to want to change and adjust. This is also you want to do this very early on in the relationship. So he starts to learn over time how to make you happy. And then you're going to attract the masculine man who wants to actually take care of you. He's going to make adjustments, and you're going to have an incredible, amazing, lifelong relationship, because he's going to feel devoted, inspired, and he's going to feel like, this is the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with, because I feel like I can make her happy even if I make mistakes. I know that I made a mistake. Like, she's going to share that with me in a feminine way. I'm going to be able to make adjustments. And so I stay connected to her heart, and I'm going to feel like the hero. I get to solve problems. I get to help her. That's going to be much better than trying to control a man or staying guarded, where you're not going to even attract a quality man in the first place, or in the relationship, you're going to make him feel like, why am I even here? What's the point of trying? I can't win. And the last thing I'll say with this is, if you're consistently sharing in this way, if you're consistently living in your magnetic feminine polarity and your magnetic feminine communication, which we teach in our courses and our coaching, and he's still not activated, he's still not devoting himself to you, he's still not stepping up, That's when you know, and you have without a shadow of a doubt certainty, if you've done that consistently in the right way we teach, and ideally with coaching support, so you know you're doing it in the right way, that's when you need to step away from the relationship. That's when you need to detach yourself and say, this man, he isn't capable of taking care of your heart, either because he's not competent enough, he doesn't care enough about your heart, or he may have issues. He may be wounded. He may be immature. He may have lots of his own demons, addictions. He could be a narcissist. He could be a sociopath. Like vulnerability, true vulnerability in the way we teach is the ultimate test to know if he's a capable man for you, the right man for you, rather than being guarded. Being guarded is not a good test because, for one, you're going to attract the wrong men, and then also being guarded and closing your heart is going to make it to where he can't make adjustments. He won't even know when he's off, or he's going to feel attacked and blamed and criticized, and so he's not even going to want to make adjustments, and the relationship's just going to take a downward spiral and crash right into the volcano. So I hope this was helpful, and if you really want to learn how to master this masculine feminine polarity and get your magnetic feminine polarity up and your feminine communication mastered and practiced so you can have an amazing, incredible relationship with the man you want fast, I'd highly recommend taking our free feminine polarity quiz by going to femininepolarity.com, femininepolarity.com, or you can click on the link in the description or comments below this training. And much love. Hope this was helpful. I can't wait for you to have an incredible, happy, joyful relationship with a man who cares for your heart deeply and devotes himself deeply to you, and live your best life moving forward. Much love, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.